rhythm. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Now turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. Two teams more than ready to get this one started, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They start on the ground with Elliott. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Now, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game. That game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness. Did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go again with Gibson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now they'll throw with Brady. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far on this drive. This offense on the march.
Gibson going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. straight ahead, Gibson. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Gibson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
But despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake of the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here. They're just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep, and he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had to do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away.
And it's fielded at the 34. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Once more, Gibson.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, Alabama. 450.
Throwing now is Brady.
He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
55 rushing yards on the ground for him so far.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
They'll run with Gibson.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Gibson again. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Gibson. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Sly able to put this one through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a play fake. Brady under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, go 66.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
He hit his first, this one from 38. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Oh, nope, never had a chance. Well to the right, no good.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here we go 47.
Prescott to throw on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there, because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does, and delivers a 1st down.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down and 4. Prescott, throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Throwing, Prescott. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16. From the red zone now, Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. To throw is Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
A give to Gibson running right. Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Left side to Lamb. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. Now Elliott. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
They'll try again with Elliott. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Another modest gain there on that one. I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have some.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Ezekiel Elliott. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Cowboys are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's got room. And all the way down to the 35. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A handoff for Gibson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit. But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
They'll go. It's Gibson. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, let's go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
First play of the drive there is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Prescott on 3rd and 2. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Marr on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
A first down carry by Elliott. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On second down, it's Pollard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Important extra point up and through, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a 1-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
A few better down a score in the 4th quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Brady. Dotson, he's got it. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Now Brady. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
A give to Elliott running left.
Taken down at the 30. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. On second down, Elliott. And some room to roam now.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Oftentimes, when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
They go to Elliott again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On third down, it's Pollard. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Cowboys,
they finish things off in style, putting a bow on a 14-3 regular season.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title.
Meanwhile, for Washington, the loss could be an impactful one as they'll finish at 11-6 on the year.
And it's going to be wait-and-see time as they figure out their status for the upcoming playoffs.